Hi everyone, this is Dr. Barakat Maratha from Deanship of Information and Communication Technology. In this video, I am going to show you how to use QuestionPro. QuestionPro is one of the powerful web applications for creating surveys and polls. To access the application through the web, just go to the main site of the university, iau.edu.sa, and then click on the e-services, electronic services. Log in using your university account, and then go down and select IT services. In the IT services section, you will see the icon of the program itself, the QuestionPro. Just click on that icon and you will get into the web application of QuestionPro. If you cannot access this one, just give a call to the help desk to give you the appropriate permission on that. Now, working with QuestionPro actually involves three phases. The first phase is the creation or the design of your survey. The second phase is the distribution phase, in which you will distribute your survey to the respondents, and the third phase is the analytics and the report section. So let's talk about the creation. To create a survey, there are three ways actually. You can create a survey from a template, or from a Word document, or from a scratch. So let's see how to create it from a template. To create it from a template, we can just go ahead and click on the new survey as you see on the screen. We will hit the new survey. So click on the new survey and you just select the template, use a template. There are a number of templates available for different fields. Just go ahead and give it a try on each one. For me, I will select just as an example the industry specific template, and then I will select the hotel resort guest satisfaction. Here are the number of questions in this template. There are radio buttons, single choice, multiple choice, okay, different types of question. If this is what we want, okay, then we can use this template. It can be totally customizable. We can add, remove the questions as per our wish. So we can delete it as you see here. Also, we can remove any options. We can add and the most important part, if this is the question that we need to be used in other surveys, so we can use this three dot and copy to the library so that it can be used in other surveys as well. So this was the first method. The second method, let's go back. The second method is to use Microsoft Word. So let's click on the new survey. As you see here, it's created using the template. Now let's create it using the Microsoft Word. So click on the new survey and then just type a name, for example, from Word or Microsoft Word, and then create survey. You will see a link for Microsoft Word if you want to import your questionnaire from Microsoft Word. As you see here, add questions from Microsoft Word. We can click on this link. Now he is asking us to drag your Microsoft Word in this box. So let's see, I have in my desktop this sample. I can drag this sample into the box directly. Now there are some rules for how you create this file. Please read this sample. It will give you how you can write your questions in Microsoft Word. Also, you have to save your document using older versions of Microsoft Word using the DOC extension. Once, then just click on the import. As you see, it brought all the Microsoft Word questions to QuestionPro, and you just hit the finish button and it's getting your question into the Question Pro, and here you can also customize those if you wish. Now let's see the third method, which is the most commonly used. Most of the templates will not suit our requirements, so we have created using Microsoft Word and the template. Now it's time to create it using the from scratch. So click on the new survey, give it a name. So we are going to create a survey for a hospital, so I will write hospital survey. Okay, then hit the create survey button. So now it's going to create from scratch. No questions will be available, completely blank, and we will start. So this is a sample what we want to replicate. We will add a logo, we will add a title for the survey, some instructions how to fill in your survey, and then just few sample questions to get you comfortable on adding the questions. Okay, so let's get back. So the first step is to add a logo. Okay, you have to upload all your images in the media library as you see here, and then you can hit the add logo. Just click on the add logo and click on the logo you wish to insert, and it will be inserted. You can easily resize the logo, okay, to a appropriate size. Also you can move it to the left, right, or center. So let's move it to the right side. The hospital survey also, it can be customized and formatted as per our wish. Now before adding the question, also we can add an introduction to our survey, which are the instructions. So it gives us some sample. We will replace this one by some instructions which has to be followed when we fill in the survey. So let's copy this one and paste it over here, and let's just do some formatting stuff so that it will be readable. And then now it's time to add a new question. So click on add a question. As you see, a number of different types of question, multiple choice, ratings, drop down list, check boxes. So there are a number of types. Just you can point to one of them and see the appropriate one, okay, for your survey. So let's select one of the commonly used one. Okay, this is in the basics. We have also the advanced. In the advanced we have other options, and in the library actually we have the questions that we mentioned, we added to the library so that it can be used. So let's click on the basics and select the most commonly used, the select type. So as you see, the question is added, and let's see our template. We want to add the first question: how often do you exercise? So we will type our question, or we can copy and paste it from our ready-made survey. So Control C and Control V to here. How often do you? If I click now anywhere else, we have only two options. We click anywhere, it's intelligence enough. He knows how often means it's time. So he's given you options related to the time. Okay. Now these options can be reordered using the left black boxes. As you can see here, we can rearrange now our options. So I can take one of them down or up. Okay, so let's see. Most of the time I want to move this one up, okay, and keep it the first option. And then most of the time I will move it in the second option, most of the time, and then always, and the last one is never. So this is how we order the options. If you don't like any option, you can remove the option. Okay, if you want to add a new option, just click on add an option and it will be added. But for our case, I will not add any. I will remove that option. Okay, so also we have the validation. If this is a required field, so as you see the red asterisk, it appears so that when the respondent answer this one, it's compulsory. Okay, so the also we have the other options, the edit options in bulk. This is to show all our options in a list so that also we can customize it here, reorder them if we want. Also we can have the option of others in case this is what we need. Also the interesting part here also to the scale library. Here there are a number of categories and ready-made categories as per the age, the gender, the education. Okay, so different ready-made, no need to type like in Microsoft Word. So we will see those in the next question. So let's save or close. Let's close it. Let's add another question. Now this time I will add a multiple choice but a checkbox where the user can select multiple answers. Now here let's see our sample. We want something like this, your education level. So we can type your education levels. Now here it didn't give us any option, just option 1, option 2. Now I can type PhD, bachelor degree and all this, or there is a better way. Okay, he can enter all those values and you can just customize them. Okay, to do this, go to the edit options, and as I mentioned earlier, in the select there are a number of categories. You can select education from here. See, high school, college, associate, bachelor, all of them. Okay, and also I can have others if I wish. I have clicked the others and I will click on the save. So there, instead of typing, they are ready-made and I can start customizing. Remove the associate, for example, and remove the professional from here. Okay, let's delete this option, and we have also the others, and we want to move this one before the high school. So from the left side we can just drag it up. Okay, the same thing validation, the same thing here. Also let's speak about the settings here. If you click on the settings, this is common between all the type of questions. Okay, so if I click on the settings, I can change from radio button to checkbox to drop down list. It's not just one time I have selected, so you can change it to a different style if you wish. Also you can change it to a vertical or a horizontal. Okay, now the other option is the copy. If this question is very similar to the next question, you can take a copy of this one, okay, and then start customizing it. The other also thing is the logic. If this question, for example, when I answer high school, I want it to jump to question number 6 or 7, this is the logic. And the preview, it will give you a preview of that question only from the perspective of the respondent. Okay, so let's see. You can now start creating other question, for example a drop down list, okay, in which you have a drop down of options. You can also click on comments, in which you can add comments. You can have a date and time. You can have a date and time here, for example. So a number of question types can be added here. Now once it's ready, if your questions are ready, then you sometimes require to reorder your questions. To reorder your questions, select reorder, and then just a matter of dragging the questions up and down, so they will be organized in a way according to your requirement. So this is reordering your question. Now once you are done with the design phase, now we can jump into the next phase, which is the distribute phase. Okay, in the distribute phase, you just take the following link and you can send it by email to the respondent so that he will start entering the data for your survey, or even you can customize this link. So if I click on this pen, I can see this is completely customizable. I can just plug in any name here and send this link instead of this link. I can preview my questions if I wish. Okay, so the other options also, I can go to the settings before he can answering any questions. I can see when this survey will have a closing date, okay, when it will close. And also one important thing here is multiple response. Is the person allowed to enter or to respond to the survey multiple times? If not, then select this option, otherwise this. These are some of the settings. Now, this is one option to send it by email. The other option is to click the distribute. And the first option is email. Send an email to the respondent immediately. Or you have the embed option. Take this code and give it to your developer team, and they will paste it in your website so that everyone can respond. Or also the interesting is the share, in which you share in Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and you can also get a QR code in which you can put in the reception, for example, and people will start scanning this QR code through their mobiles. So these are different options for distributing your survey to the respondents. Now, the last phase is the analytics and reports. The analytics and reports requires actually some data. So let me bring some survey in which some respondents already entered the data. So I will hit on the survey and click on the survey. And I have already one created from scratch, and let's bring it back and see from scratch. So this is the survey. This is similar to the one we were trying to design. So there are 10 respondents who answered to this survey. Now suppose that I can use, of course, the preview button if I want to plug in information, but I will use now the analytics, the last phase, and see the different reports on my survey. So the first one he is showing me is the dashboard. Okay, the dashboard showing how many respondents completed, how many viewed, how many started, how many dropouts. Okay, and where are my respondents actually from. So here indicates they are from Saudi Arabia, the distribution over a map, and then simple charts. Okay, this is a pie chart to show how often do you exercise, what people. So it's very self-explanatory. You can go through the charts that are shown in the dashboard. Also, if you wish, you could see the participant statistics. Also, you can see the responses if you wish. Let's click on the responses in the Excel format. Okay, so it's a matter of going through the different options here, and the most interesting part here is what if I want to download the reports, okay, and to show it to someone. Okay, so here to download the reports, you have this small arrow, and you can download to an Excel data, CSV files, Microsoft Word, Excel with charts, PowerPoint, PDF, and also the very interesting part is SPSS. If you want to statistically analyze your data, you can take them to SPSS program, which is specialized in statistical analysis for your data. Okay, so these are the last phase in which you can report on your data and see some statistics on it. Also, one thing I would like to share, if you are a student and your advisor is asking you to print your tool. Okay, so to print your survey or your questionnaire, go to the tools, and here you have the option to have it in a PDF or Word format. Thanks a lot.